Hello enemies, how are you? I hope you guys are doing great. So lately I'm trying something new with using this pirate Caroline. I haven't used her before. So recently I have been started using her and I'm getting good results. So basically like every other hero she has three skills, like the first one the pirate tax collection, second the pirate shelling, and third one the canonite. So her skills are pretty easy to understand. Like the first one you will get 30-50% of the opponent tax as it levels up. The third one just adds shells to the pirate shelling. The tricky one is the number two, the pirate shelling. So if you have more goals than your enemies, then you will able to utilize the maximum out of the second skill, the pirate shelling. So while using Caroline, we have to keep in mind the three things. First, we have to turn on all three of her skills one by one. Then we have to look for more goals than the enemy, and the final thing we have to do is we have to try most of the time to land on the opposite side of the deck from our opponent. I'm using the tactical base, but you are free to use the gold base as she needs more gold to utilize her second skill many of the time. And I'm using cards like the small portion, as at the beginning like the Caroline has less life, like 31, so I'm using the small portion. And I'm using the return home card and swap card, because the return home card works best to level up her skills. And in terms of leveling up her skills, you have to level all three of her skills at first, then try to max out the third skill, canonite, because if you have enough gold, then leveling up the second skill won't be that much of necessary, because when you level up the third skill, canonite, to level 3, it will add 3 waves of shots, so that does the damage equal, that does the fair amount of damage. So so what you gonna do? First you will level up all three of her skills, and then you will focus on leveling up the third skill to level 3. So in this game, this was a pretty fair game, because my opponent was like level 3 or level 4 grade hero, and my Caroline is also level 4. So you can see in this match, you will see the number 2 skill, the pirate shelling, doing its job in a bit. Here you see I haven't used the odd card. Instead of that, I used the even card to level up my skill. So I will advise you guys to do the same thing. While playing with Caroline, you just have to keep your focus on leveling up her second and third skill. Don't try to attack your opponent at the beginning. You don't need to do that. Once your second and third skill are level 2 and above, the rest of the things will be very easy for you, as your pirate will take care of your enemies all by yourself in most of the cases. You will see the thing what I am talking about in a bit. So here I have one dice. I didn't use that. Instead of that, I used the odd dice. Why is that? Because I didn't want to receive the 2 damage from the death, and plus with the 4 additional damage that would have been given to me by the base. That's why I use the odd dice. So if you guys find yourself in these situations, try to take a chance, because I mean, most of the cases, if the opponent base is of level 3 or like level 2 or level 3, you would be able to get out of there using the odd dice without using any specific dice to get out. The opponent did a wrong thing there by just standing on that opposite side of the tile, because if I get a 5 or 6, I will just land on the opposite tile of my enemy, and that will simply give my second skill to hit her, the second skill, the ability to hit her. And you will see that the exact thing happened in a bit. My enemy increased her attack power by this attack buff, and she's still standing on the opposite tile of me. So I will advise you guys, never stand on the opposite guys of if you are facing and Caroline, that will ruin your game. So see, I used num 4, so I would have liked to land on that attack tile, but whatever, my second skill will be doing its job right now. You'll see. Take a look how much damage I will do, like 3 damage and another 3 damage. I did 6 damage without even landing on an attack tile, and I didn't have to do anything. It's just my passive damage. And again my enemy landed on the opposite tile, so I would have liked to finish her by landing on attack tile, but I wanted to finish the match quickly, so that's why I used this lightning suicide card. And as my tile finishes and I'm still landing on the opposite tile, and my third skill began its job. What have I told? I did damage like 6 and 11 damage to her without doing any attack. So you guys will love to have this sort of passive damage to add to your arsenal, right? So another thing you have to remember, that once your second skill is level 3, you need to continuously replenish your gold, because the number of increased shells the second skill will give you, 5 golds will be reduced from your account during the match, but the increased shells. So you have to continuously replenish your skill to have the benefit of the second skill. So Grehan is my favorite hero, so whenever I am on a losing streak I will use the Grehan to get back on the winning base. And I love to face Grehans also, because when I am able to defeat Grehan, it gives me a sense of accomplishments, like beating up myself. So in this game you will see the effect of the second skill even in more great detail. And again you can see I'm concentrating on leveling up on my skills. I ain't looking to attack my opponent, so that's the prime goal while using Caroline. Keep your focus on leveling up of your skills. I'm saying it again and again because I have faced player who just levels up their number 1 skill, the pirate Dex. It is good, but it's not as good as number second skill. So you must unlock all 3 of these skills, and at first you have to level up the Cannonite, the third skill, to level 3. Then try to level up the second skill. In this game I was lucky because my enemy wasn't able to land on the attack tiles in 3 turns while he has the chance to, but he couldn't land, so that's why I got lucky. So you will see he got a unlock card, and I didn't knew like I can run through him even though he was landing like waiting on my base. So this was the first time I see something like this to happen. And the reason why I'm using the tactical 10, because as Caroline increases her attack +1 whenever she runs through the base, plus the attack tile will give her 1, so at the same time the attack power is also increasing, so that will also add up to the damage of the second skill, because as it does 30% of the damage of your total attack power you have. So that's why I'm using the tactical 10. But if you use gold base, that's also well. Or if you are feeling like the Caroline is having too much low health, you can use the Tree of Life also. See, here I could have landed on 4 or 5, but instead of doing that I used the 6. The reason of that, I wanted to get back to my base to level up my third skill. And now you will see how much damage I will do to my opponent. And using the 5 I get more gold, and then my second and third skill are doing their job. See how many damage you will receive. 7, again 7, 14 damage. He received 14 damage without doing anything, just to attack. He again attacked me, so I did 14 damage without landing on an attack tile. So that's a like very useful thing to have as a passive damage of your hero. I have my hero's number level 3, so now you're gonna see how many damage I will be able to do to him. Sometimes the three waves of the shells hits the opponents, but in most of the cases it only two of them hits. But when all three of them connects to the opponent, it is a ton of damage, and it feels cruel if that thing happens to yourself. And it has happened to me quite a number of times, and it feels really cruel to happening to yourself. I will land on that attack tile, and I couldn't have finished him if only I just landed on the attack tile and my hero didn't have any passive damage for its second and third skill. And Grehan, Grehan will just continually heal himself up. Sometimes it gets too much annoying. So we'll see that I just won because of my second and third skill. I did 11 damage and he received me with 10 damage because of a divine retribution. And now see how many damage I will do. Did 12, and again like 4 shells, it 424 damage. So how many damage I did 23 with my attack power, then 12 with and like 12 and 12, 14, 24, and again with 23, almost near 50 damage I did just by landing one shot. So you guys can see she's pretty much like overpowered. So if you wanna thinking using her, use it and follow my tips, the thing I have shared. And that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.